following is a Learfield presentation of the Washington State Sports Network.
He buries it. The Cougs have taken the lead. This place is going to pop off.
This is the Cougar Football Hour on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield.
We're committed to being great here.
Lofts it, intercepted, and Washington State, Shaw Smith-Wade.
I'm proud to represent Washington State. I know the people that wear their Cougs all across this country, they're proud to be a part of Washington State.
Ward has blocking to the right, sprints to the 10, angles all the way, touchdown.
Why not be here? Why not cheer on this team? Why not see this environment and make it something special?
Spins out of a tackle, has Green 20-yard line to the 15, near sideline, Watson, touchdown.
What an opportunity to show who we are as Cougs.
Tonight's show is brought to you by U.S. Bank. Life keeps moving. We're here for every step. U.S. Bank. Member FDIC. Tonight's show is also brought to you by Zappos, where the Palouse comes to play and eat. Now, live from Zappos, alongside Cougar head coach Jake Dickert, here's the voice of the Cougs, Matt Chazanow.
It is that time of the week. It's great to be with you, Coach. It's incredible. We're here. It's the last Zappos show with you this year, which is bittersweet because we love our time here with everybody. Great crowd, great to see everybody. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Happy Apple Cup week and all that comes along with it. And congratulations on an incredible win over the Buffaloes last Friday night.
No, just really appreciative to everybody. I know that. Everyone comes out each and every week, just real dedicated. It just really screams what it means to be a Coug and just, you know, how fast did this season go, right? You know what I mean? We're here to the end. We're to the Apple Cup week, and it feels good coming off a win, Chaz, if I'm going to be honest.
I suspect so.
You almost forgot how good it feels to win. Almost, but not really. But what a senior night. You know, I think that's what we talked about last week up here, just really honoring those 17 seniors that have done so much for our program. And at the end of the day, a lot of those guys really showed up. You know, Brennan Jackson, 2 scooping scores. You probably know the facts on that, but 2 scooping scores. I think there was some tweet out there that hasn't been done, you know, in a career or something like that, and he did it in 2 quarters.
So the stats go back to the 80s for that nugget.
Yep.
It's been done 5 times ever since the stat has been kept, which goes back basically 40 years.
That's incredible.
It's highly irregular.
Highly irregular.
Yeah, it's a special moment.
And it's just kind of cool. I mean, obviously, RJ with a couple sacks, 9 tackles, TFLs, Lincoln with a touchdown. You know, Leighton Smithson getting the big game breaker. Just another kid that you're so proud of. And I said this in my press conference, but there was the play where Josh Meredith came on a double team, hit somebody, fell down, got back up, sealed 3 guys, and it just hit to the house, and no one was catching Leighton. So obviously we're clicking on all cylinders there in the first half, ended up managing and finishing the game and getting out pretty healthy, and it was a great senior night win.
All right, so that Josh Meredith moment right there, that's what you don't get stats for.
Correct.
You don't get a lot of love for that.
Yep.
I've watched the playback a little bit. You're in the thick things there, and you watch it back, and then you kind of move on. And so I hadn't analyzed that play, right? So there are moments like that. That's what really makes those plays.
And that's one of my jobs, I think, as a head coach, is really point out to the team, okay? Because, you know, Leighton gets his name in the paper. He gets the love. He gets the special teams admiration, all that stuff. But there are so many guys, and that's on offense, defense, everywhere. But, you know, we showed him. He did the double team block. He got knocked down. He got back up, sealed it off, and it was awesome to see. So those are the little moments that I think is really important to really shine a light on those guys because – you know, it's a guy that is a backup wide receiver that plays a little bit, but also plays a vital role on special teams, and that's a third of the game.
He's also listed 6'180". That may be generous. Whenever
that's very generous.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whenever I hear Fatlili Fatamoy with quality blocking, I'm like, well, yeah, he's 6'5", 305.
Yeah.
Josh Meredith is generously 6'180", and he's got the big block on the play.
No, exactly right. It's just those like unsung hero moments that it's just fun to, like I said, really be a part of. But it's a effort and energy thing that those guys want to do, and you know, it's been fun. And I thought Cam, you know, for the most part was really sharp. Josh Kelly was our player of the week this week in our team and made a bunch of big plays. We spread the ball around. We showed our versatility. And then I think defensively, obviously, when you score twice on defense, you're going to be hard to beat and overcome, and add a special teams touchdown onto that. The place was rocking, though. I'm really appreciative of, you know, everyone that came out on a Palouse Friday night. I will say that.
Yeah.
A Palouse Friday night to get the big win and honor our seniors. I thought just their effort and energy level was there all week, and we talked about it.
place really filled in. It was a little bit of a late arriving. Folks were at the RVs. They were hanging out just a little bit longer. But when they packed in there, for the most part, it was pretty slam-packed. It was great.
Absolutely. And the students to stick around when they have their break, all those things. The Friday night, and the big benefit of winning on the Friday night is you get that extra day. We were on a stretch of 7 straight games there where to get an extra off day heading into this final regular season game is huge for our guys and their bodies in recovery. Also the coaches to get prepared for what's going to be a great Apple Cup.
What'd you do on Saturday? How does that work? Is it just rest day? Is it like shut it down, or is it like kind of not you, but the players?
Oh, I thought you were talking about me, Chaz.
I know you. You were working.
Okay, so here's the best part. We had meetings scheduled, right, to where we were going to watch the tape and get the learns off of that tape, and we called it Victory Saturday, and the locker room went wild after the game. We talked about it with the captains. I said, hey, guys, there's a little nugget, little carrot out there, right, to go out there and get this thing done.
That's great.
And when I announced it, like I said, in the locker room, place went wild. We broke down. Everyone went.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's good. So after 7 straight, to get away for 2 straight days, I think is a real positive thing, and they earned it.
I want to pull the curtain back. I hope you don't mind me doing this.
I don't.
I have the privilege of observing practice, and I won't divulge anything. There's no state secrets here that are going to come out. But there's a moment after the initial, a good bit of practice goes by. It's like 30, 45 minutes of practice. The team gathers around on the far field around Rogers, and I get a little goosebumpy sometimes because all the guys get together. But and then you are next to it. You're not in it. You're next to it. It's a full team huddle.
Team break.
Full team break, and there's a Go Cougs cheer, and they break it down. I don't know who's in the middle of it.
Different guys every day.
Okay. I was like, I can't tell
different
the voices.
Leaders.
And then everybody breaks out to practice, and it really like builds momentum right in the middle of practice. Like if it was rainy today, a little misty. Actually, it was kind of nice today, to be honest.
Awesome.
It was like 45.
Last year we were plowing snow, Chaz. Keep it in perspective. Don't get soft on me.
No, it was. I was being serious. It was like really pleasant. And then you get to do it. You sprint off to the opposite side of Rogers. I mean, it's a fun practice moment that really only the players and
It's one of those things that actually, when you do the studies, when you start off practice with an energy and a really good team break, right, and everyone bursts to their spots. We call it like the swarm of the bees, right? They are bursting out of the hornet's nest and they go to their spots. It just sets the tempo for the day. And sometimes when you don't do that, you don't provide energy in that moment, you're not going to get the results you want. So it's something that we actually coach and teach and show these guys, and they've taken ownership of it, and different seniors or team captains will get the break every day. So I send it out the night before. It's fun.
Kind of want to do it with my family. Kind of want to wake up in the morning, get together, huddle up, do like a little team break. My 3-year-old, right?
It is good.
Yeah.
Bring them to practice because, like, Coach Anakioni's our strength coach. His kids were there today. They broke down.
Is that
at
who
the
they
end.
were? They were great.
They're a little nervous. Sonny and Sal, they're a little nervous, but they got it done. We got it done.
They were tackling each other on the field the whole time.
Yes.
It was awesome. We've got one. We're going to do 2 questions before. These are early
questions. We got a lot.
We're stacked up here. Yeah, we've got a ton. We're going to have Cam Ward on here. It's a whole loaded show. It's awesome. I'm going to do 2 before this first break. This was actually not a question, and it was a specific request to start with this.
Okay.
This was again, a write-in. Fantastic senior night.
Absolutely.
100%. Thank you for setting the standard for family and what it means to be a Coug. So there you go.
Wow, appreciate that.
Nice,
Thank you.
Very nice write-in. And then
I paid Bill to write that.
No. And then we had, I believe it was Annika, and I don't know how. Oh, there's Annika right there.
Annika's 9. I just met Annika a little bit ago.
Annika's right there. Annika's waving, and she was brave enough to come up here and write you a question. That. And she said, it's 2 parts. What do you like about football, and what is your favorite color?
Oh,
and those are great questions.
Those are great questions. My favorite color is red, and I'll translate that to crimson.
Love it.
So I'm a big red crimson guy.
Yeah.
And then football has just always been, I love the competitive nature of it. I love being in the locker room. I love being around the guys, and that was playing and competing, and now I love just kind of helping guys realize their best throughout the game. So I just appreciate that question, and thank you very much. Go Cougs.
Go Cougs. Thank you, Annika. Good job. We're live here at Zeppo's. We're talking about, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk about the opponent preview. We're talking about the Huskies next, live here at Zeppo's.
Running a business is a lot of work. Luckily, I've got a great partner.
Oh, I thank you.
I meant U.S. Bank.
I knew that.
U.S. Bank Business Essentials is a huge help to us.
Totally. Their comprehensive point-of-sale system does it all. Tracks inventory, manages schedules, customizes orders.
Plus, all the regular banking stuff.
If only it could make coffee.
Nah, that's your job.
From point of sale to quick loans, we have many ways to make your business boom. That's what U.S. Bank is for. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
SeatGeek's the ticketing app for fans like the sideline shot caller.
Come on, boys, pick up the pace!
SeatGeek got him a great deal on seats right near the action, so when he yells,
"What are you doing? Block him!"
he can be absolutely sure the players heard him. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Fubo is the official streaming platform of Washington State Athletics. With Fubo, you can watch every Pac-12 game, plus more college and pro sports, shows, movies, and news on over 350 live TV channels. Stream it live on your TV, phone, and other devices. No cable required. The best part? You can try Fubo free. There's no contract or commitment. To start watching, just go to FuboTV.com. That's FuboTV.com.
You're listening to Cougar Football on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, Coug fans! Can't decide what to do with your late-night weekends? Why not Cosmic Bowling? Every Friday and Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. is Cosmic Bowling at Zeppo's. At a price designed with everyone in mind, we are your destination for music, disco lights, and of course, bowling. Can't join us on the weekends? Zeppo's is the place to be for all ages every day of the week. With bowling, food, and drink specials, we offer prices that won't break the budget. You can even reserve your lane in advance with online reservations at Zeppos.com. When looking for fun in Pullman, look no further than Zeppo's.
Nothing works up an appetite like cheering for your Cougs on game day. So why not cheer them on at Northern Quest with an impressive roster of restaurants and lounges? You can tackle the menu at Epic and catch every play on the 10 by 30 foot screen. Or grab a steak at Maslow's, a fine cigar at Legends of Fire, even a burger from Fat Burger. You know, for your inner linebacker. See more at northernquest.com. Go Cougs!
Welcome back to the show. Time now to look ahead at this week's game with the Coors Light Opponent Preview. Coors Light, mountain cold refreshment made to chill.
Back at it live here at Zeppo's Talking Ball here with Coach Dickert. It is that part of the show where we talk about the opponent preview. So it's the fourth-ranked Washington Huskies, both fourth in the AP poll and in the playoff rankings. It's their second 11-0 start in school history. They're having maybe their best year ever, right? That's debatable. 1991, of course, was a good one for them. They have had some nail-biters, some skin of their teeth, pulled out the wins. Last week maybe being one of them against the Beavers, but even further than that if you look at their game in Tempe. And credit to them, they have won the close ones.
Yeah, and I think that's, what you would say is the mark of a good team. Even sometimes when you're at the best or you're getting everyone's best shot because everyone knows who you are, you find a way to win. And, I think that's the separation that they've had in the fourth quarter. I think in the last 7 games, their defense has only allowed 17 points in the fourth quarter. So they're doing it in a variety of different ways. It isn't just offense. They have some special teams, big plays mixed in there, and they're very talented and well coached. So obviously well-deserving of the ranking to make it through this slate of games. Undefeated at this point in the season, obviously, is very impressive.
How special is this pass offense? Michael Penix, Rome Odunze, Jalen Polk, Jalen McMillan. What are we talking here?
Yeah, it might be generational. I mean it. I don't have the whole history of their football program and obviously ours, but I just think it's a special blend. It's a special mix. And I said it earlier in the week, Chaz, that the quarterback and obviously all the weapons get a lot of the attention, but it's the offensive line. No one has really touched Penix all season. I think he has 7 sacks. One was like a botched snap, right? So you can throw that one out the window. One was on a little roll play. So they're doing a good job of keeping him upright. And obviously he's a first-round talent that just throws some balls that you just kind of look at the film and shake your head at, and a bunch of receivers that go up and get it. And with the McMillan kid back, it just gives them another versatile piece in the inside slot game, but just schematically, right? Formations that they're going to test every rule and principle that you ever have on defense. So trade, shift, motions, take the ball up top with frequency. So they're going to throw it deep, and obviously they've been making a ton of plays.
So how can I best convey their scheme? What's the best way during the game in Seattle to tell fans what they're doing? It's not air raid.
No, it's definitely not air raid.
Yeah, right.
Like I said, it's pro-style aggression.
Okay.
That's what I really think of it. It's a multiple-base run formation scheme, but at the end of the day, they're going to max protect and take shots. 1 out of every 3 plays. That's really what they're going to do. They're going to take the ball down the field and live with the results, and I think they've been running it more efficiently than they have earlier in the season. So number 7, the tailback, is really giving a nice little punch and a physical presence back there in the backfield. So
Kalen DeBoer is the head coach, second year in Seattle. His offensive coordinator is Ryan Grubb.
Yeah.
I know you know these guys.
Yes, I do.
Quite well. They came up through NAIA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he won a couple of NAIA national championships. Ryan Grubb was with him at Sioux Falls. He was the Sioux Falls OC.
Yeah.
When you're together at Sioux Falls and it's going really well, like it is in NAIA, do they have a little more freedom to try and explore what may work and what may not? Whereas if you're an OC in a your young OC or wherever in a spot where there's a lot of scrutiny and a lot of pressure and all this media attention, you don't have the wiggle room to be creative and does that give them kind of a boost in some way that they've seen different things?
Well, I would agree on it. Like Sioux Falls now is a Division II school. I actually coached against them. Not these guys, but Sioux Falls when I was at Augustana in the same city. Played the Key to the City game. It was another big rivalry.
Love it. Love all of that.
So, I think they explore and you keep developing and growing. And what I know is they're really good coaches, so they keep an open mind. And every, one you come across, you just keep evolving. But when we played them back there at Sioux Falls, I think Grubb was the coordinator if I had to check back. But he was ultra-tempoed, going fast, kind of doing similar concepts. So now they're kind of dialed back on the tempo, and they've evolved quite a bit. And I think good coaches really evolve scheme to players. And I think that's what they have done here with Penix.
I just think about, your path to Washington State.
Yeah.
I think about Kalen DeBoer's path. I think about Mike Leach's path, through Valdosta State and all that he was doing. He's in Valdosta State. He's in a basement. He's drawing all this stuff up. He's trying to do things that are brand new. You can't get away with some of that stuff. He goes to Kentucky, lights the world on fire, so it pops. But it's hard to develop that.
You're allowed to fail a little bit, and you're not afraid to kind of step out of the box and take some chances and say, "Oh, that didn't work."
Right.
And I think that's okay, or let's try this or that,
right.
or But you also got to be really convicted in who you are, and more importantly, there's coaching. And then there's how you coach. I really think there's a different separator in how you motivate. But coaching is teaching to me. It always has been, always will be. And you got to get a bunch of guys to buy into you, right? So they can buy into themselves and realize what they can become. So I think it's so multifaceted in the level of how you coach. And I was actually talking to Brock Hewitt about this today, just about obviously mine and Kalen's path. But I just think you have an appreciation that sometimes when you come from a lower level, you're not born on third base. You work your way all the way up, and so every day you're just kind of, with a smile on your face of we used to be at Division II, right? Now we're at these Power 5 places and playing in this Apple Cup with all kinds of storylines with it. It's sometimes you got to pinch yourself.
Yeah, I bet. Meanwhile, by the way, their running back was Mike Leach's running back last year.
Was it really?
Dylan Johnson was at Mississippi State. Yeah, and he was there for 3 years. He's a good one. He's been really good. He's been really productive for him.
Yeah, because I think they lost somebody in fall camp, so for him to come in and just really go through it like this, you can see his confidence growing. And so a game like last week, they're in a downpour in Corvallis, and the ball obviously was hard to handle. Right? A lot of fumbles, and catching it was hard. It was easy to see, but at the end of the day, you're going to rely on your running game, and you got to be multiple to win games, especially in the Pacific Northwest.
How about defensively? The strength is definitely the pass offense, but they've got a lot of returners, a lot of names that Coug fans will be familiar with.
Yeah, I just think that's where they probably don't get enough credit. That ASU game you mentioned, they had a big pick six at the end of the game to really go win that thing and break it open. Trice and obviously ZTF gets all the kind of publicity. Really, couple good edge rushers. Trice was unblockable in our game last year, so we have to, find some ways to make sure we can control that and get the ball in space. And we feel confident in our scheme and how we have to go try to attack them. But they've done a really good job this year of timely takeaways and really affecting the quarterback is how they are a premium on defense.
And Jabbar Muhammad last week was really effective. Couple of picks in Corvallis, four pass breakups.
Somehow he got the player of the week over Brendan Jackson. I don't want to mention that. He did a good job, but we were a little disappointed in that. But
didn't get my vote. How about that?
Well deserved. Really, really good player. Like I said, they've been making a ton of plays in their secondary, and we got to make sure we're trying to get some good, favorable matchups.
Earn your bragging rights at Northern Quest with more slot machines, table games, restaurants, lounges, and luxury hotel rooms than anyone else in the region. Northern Quest, yes, the best. More at northernquest.com. We'll take a break. Cougs and Huskies, Apple Cup, the 115th meeting between these two. We'll talk more about it next.
Saturdays are made for football, and when the game is on, you're finally off. Off duty, offline, out of office. A cracked Coors Light is our do not disturb message to the world. On game day, we don't think about the 9 to 5, but worry about the 4th and 1. So this Saturday, grab a Coors Light, press play on some pigskin, and pause on everything else. Coors Light, mountain cold refreshments, made to chill. Proud partner of Cougar Athletics. 2021 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Want to earn some extra money this winter? Spokane International Airport is hiring multiple seasonal snow removal equipment operators. These are on-call positions for the upcoming winter season from November 2023 to March 2024. You can earn up to $36 an hour. Some positions require a CDL, and previous experience in operating snow removal equipment is highly preferred. Join our team today. Learn more and apply by visiting SpokaneSnow.com.
Do you ever pay attention to overhead power lines? If you're like most people, you don't, but you should, especially when you're working up on a roof or carrying a ladder outdoors. Kids who climb trees and fly kites and adults with drones need to watch out for power lines too. And on the off chance that you find a downed power line, stay at least 10 feet away and quickly call 911 and Avista. Always pay attention to power lines. It's your best line of defense. Avista, we just want you to be safe.
This is former Coug, Eric Coleman.
Picked off, intercepted, touchdown coming into the end zone, Eric Coleman.
And you're listening to Cougar Football. Go Cougs.
Whenever I see somebody purchasing something with their WSU card, I always like to give them a Go Cougs. It brings me back to when I was in Pullman.
From the rolling hills of the Palouse to keys jingling before every kickoff, there's something special about being a Coug. That's why BECU created the WSU credit and debit cards. It's just one more way to show pride for a place we all call home. Grab your WSU card today. BECU, power in people. Membership required. Restrictions apply. Call 800-233-2328 for details about credit costs and terms. Federally insured by NCUA. Member compensated for participation.
As a locally owned family business, tradition is the core of Chipman and Taylor Chevrolet in Pullman. We know that every family has traditions, and when it comes to automotive, we want your traditions to start with us, the family at Chipman and Taylor Chevrolet. We are a different type of dealership, and we take pride in continuing what we were taught many years ago, to be honest, never pressure, and to treat our customers like our own family. It's just that simple at Chipman and Taylor Chevrolet in Pullman.
This is the Cougar Football Hour on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield.
Runs into a massive Crimson, does not get the yard. It's a goal line stand.
Here's the voice of the Cougars, Matt Chazanow.
Back at it live here, talking ball here with Coach Dickert as we get set for the Apple Cup. It is Apple Cup week, Wednesday show for a Saturday game because of Thanksgiving tomorrow. We'll get into all the Thanksgivingness.
Oh, I'm sure there's some questions here, yeah.
That's all in here. Washington State University would like to thank Crimson and Gray for their continued support of Coug Athletics. Head to bookstore.com to get the latest in Coug apparel. That's BKSTR.com. All right, let's get to the questions here. This first one,
Go ahead.
No, okay, all right. We had to do a little research on this. Can you run the Globe of Death on the kickoff versus the Huskies?
Okay.
Do you know what that means?
I have no idea. Explain.
Right, so we had to go to Dr. Google. So let's see. 30 years ago, Idaho State beat Boise State on the last play of the ball game. The defensive coordinator for the Bengals was Kyle Whittingham in 1996. They had a kick that was returnable at the goal line.
Yeah.
And then they had 6 guys huddle around him.
That's the Globe.
And that's the Globe.
Okay.
And then no one knew who had the ball after they broke out, and the kid ran it in for a touchdown to win the game. So that is a request. Now, I don't know. I think we just kind of blew the lid off the secret by talking about it.
Yeah, so we can't run that one.
I don't know if we can run that one.
That one might not work, but I don't know who in here knows that.
One of the gentlemen in here. It was great. It was great.
Fantastic.
It was great. What's the week been like after the Colorado, and what's the week of practice been like preparing for the Huskies? How have the guys been bouncing around?
Well, I just think that, there's certain games where guys just get it. They understand the moments. And like I said, there's tons of storylines going into this game, but at the end of the day, it's about how we prepare and plan and the energy and effort and execution that we play with. So we've had their full attention. That's the first thing I started with the coaches this week. They're going to do exactly what we say, how we say, and what we say to do. So they're maximizing this week. Obviously, there's no school, so I always say it's like an NFL-style week. All right, you come in, you put in your work, you take care of your body, you study the tape, and let's go out there and have some fun on Saturday.
This question relates to the announcement that was just made about how the rivalry is going to continue over the next 5 years. Some Cougs are upset at UW, want to see the rivalry end. Some are understandably happy to keep the tradition. From a coach's perspective, what are the benefits to keeping the Apple Cup going?
Well, I said this early in the week, and I really believe that because I think you got to put personal feelings aside. I said it's bittersweet, because there's probably a side of all of us that go, let's not do that. This is their fault, right? But at the end of the day, this is the 115th meeting of the Apple Cup. And what I love, whatever side of the coin you're on, Chaz, you're emotional about it because you're attached to it. And you're attached to our great university and being a Coug. I think it's important to continue to play. And the biggest thing I say is because we want to play against the best. And there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, we're going to obviously do a bunch of different things. They announced next year at Lumen Field. That'll be obviously a little bit different than back here in Pullman in 2 years. But at the end of the day, let's keep this going because everywhere you go, when I first got here and when I first took this job, they said one thing, win the Apple Cup. Right, so it just says exactly what it means to everybody. And to stop that, I get it, because I think everyone thinks, UW's having their cake and eating it too, right? So, but at the end of the day, let's go back out there, let's compete our tails off, and it's going to be a fun rivalry.
And the cake doesn't taste great if you beat them. I mean,
No,
if you don't, and if
it
you
doesn't.
and if the playoff does expand to 12.
Correct.
So should you get the win, it gives you kind of a flagship. I mean, assuming they're good, which has been great. So, Coach, we've heard you at the radio show give some appreciation to the band's contribution, to the equipment guys, to your position coaches. Oh, this is
who'd I leave out?
This is great. No, this is a great question. As the season ends, what thanks would you like to say about the wives and extended families that surround all the football personnel?
Yeah, that's a great question. That is a great question. I'm very thankful for my wife, Candace. She's here. Wave Candace. There she is. She's always in the background.
Yeah.
I just know we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing and give so much time, effort, energy to our program and our players without a solid foundation and a rock at home. And that isn't speaking just with me. That's with all of our coaches, our support staff, because we do pour a lot into this. And, you got to know that, hey, when Dad's gone, obviously everything's taken care of at home. And I'm just so blessed to have Candace, obviously our 3 kids. And I know a lot of our coaches would say the same thing. It's a great question and very thankful for that. And tomorrow's another day for that.
Absolutely. Yeah, tomorrow is another day for that, for sure. That is a great question. Hey, Coach, people throughout Coug Nation are getting ready to feast tomorrow, which leads to the question, what can you say about, the team chef and the spread that regularly feeds the players? Yeah, that's a good question.
Chef Kyle. He's our head chef, and they do a great job just with a variety of different things, and they take care of our athletes. I always tell them all the time, like, you guys don't know how lucky you guys are.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I just think back to my college days. Like, you were eating ramen noodles. I was eating ramen noodles, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to figure it out and making it happen and making yourself sandwiches and stuff like that. And our guys get to go out there and, brunch and they have breakfast options and lunch options and salads and yogurts and protein shakes. It's just amazing the type of things that they provide. And we're excited. Tomorrow, we get to, at 1 p.m., have a Thanksgiving team meal. So we'll be doing that in the press box, and it's going to be an amazing event.
That's awesome. So the team gets together in the football complex at 1 o'clock. And I'd love to hear the post-mortem on the data.
I would love the volume of turkey.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think we're planning for over 200, right, because coaches and their families. And
pounds.
Yeah. No, I just mean 200 people are going to be
200
there.
people. I was
right.
Like,
so, but then some people, there's catering, and then there's catering for football players.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's an army.
So our guys are here tonight, and Zeppos knows that really well. Because we have a bunch of guys going to be here bowling and having fun, and they're feeding the team. Like, there's feeding groups. Then there's feeding, like, football teams.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a whole different level. So I will try to get you the facts on that.
I'd love to know, like, how many – I don't even know. I don't know how you measure that. It's not going to go gallons of mac and cheese or whatever, but you go pounds.
Yeah, and turkeys. How many turkeys did we go through? There's going to be a lot.
Incredible.
And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to contribute to that in a really high way.
You going big?
Yeah, I'm going way big.
What's the plate makeup?
It's just a stack. It's just a stack.
You go
just
high.
A mash. I just go like, potatoes and turkey and corn and green bean casserole and just like gravy over everything, and you get like a slice of a bite. maybe make like a Thanksgiving sandwich.
Like a cake almost.
You know what I mean? And it's just all at once.
It's not compartmentalized, though. It's just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, and just keep the cranberry off to the side. Come on. I'm not dealing with cranberries.
I love cranberries. It's so good. It's so good. I love it. Hey, let's talk to Cam Ward. It's about bottom of the hour. Let's talk to Cameron Ward. And listen, he's been when he's been good, he's been great. Yeah. Like when it has been right, it is special. There's no doubt about it.
He's still getting better. He's still growing. He's still 21 years old, and just proud of everything that he's done in the last 2 years, being the face of our program. And it'll be fun to have him up here.
I can't wait. We'll talk to Cameron Ward next, live here, getting ready for the Apple Cup with the Cougs playing the Huskies.
If you've got the right tools and the friendly people at U.S. Bank in your corner, making smarter money choices is a piece of cake. If only our tools and helpful advisors could have helped you avoid some of those not-so-smart choices in life. Like that time you tried to pick up unicycling.
Whoa, coming through!
Or when you thought it'd be okay to pet that squirrel in the park.
Good squirrel, good squirrel.
While we can't help you with all that, we can help you bank smartly at usbank.com/smarter together. Member FDIC.
If Pac-12 football runs deep in your veins, then Sirius XM Pac-12 Radio is what you need to listen to. We're talking conference and team previews, plus hear live games, news, and analysis from experts like Jeff Schwartz, Yogi Roth, and Evan Moore. Go in-depth with your favorite team with coaches shows, championship specials, and more. Get inside Pac-12 football like nowhere else. Feed your fandom on the Sirius XM app. Stay up to date anywhere you go. Just download the app and start streaming.
Whoever said good things come to those who wait clearly never ordered in the McDonald's app. Just order ahead in the app, and you can pick up when you get here. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Cougars fans, now you can win all season. On game day, get a 20-piece chicken McNuggets and 2 medium fries for just $10.99 when you order ahead on the app. Valid once per day through December 1st, 2023. At participating McDonald's, must opt into rewards.
Cougar football lives here.
Got the middle touchdown! 1 second left! Cougars on top!
On the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, Coug fans! Can't decide what to do with your late-night weekends? Why not Cosmic Bowling? Every Friday and Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. is Cosmic Bowling at Zeppo's. At a price designed with everyone in mind, we are your destination for music, disco lights, and of course, bowling. Can't join us on the weekends? Zeppo's is the place to be for all ages every day of the week. With bowling, food, and drink specials, we offer prices that won't break the budget. You can even reserve your lane in advance with online reservations at Zeppos.com. When looking for fun in Pullman, look no further than Zeppo's.
Carbon monoxide detectors save lives because if kerosene, propane, natural gas, or wood isn't burned properly, dangerous carbon monoxide may result, and it can build up indoors without you knowing, as it's invisible and odorless. So protect yourself by installing UHL-approved carbon monoxide detectors. If carbon monoxide is present, the detector will alert everyone to get out of the house, where you can safely call 911 for help. Avista. We just want you to be safe.
This is the Cougar Football Hour.
Somersaults in. Football first touchdown.
U.S. Bank. Life keeps moving. We're here for every step. U.S. Bank. Member FDIC. Here's Matt Chazanow.
Back at it live here at Zeppo's. We're talking ball. It's Apple Cup week, and we've got ourselves Thanksgiving tomorrow, and we have ourselves America's 4th leading passer, Cameron Ward, up here on the stage. Congrats on all your success this year, big guy.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
100%. Thank you for doing this. We're going to keep you for a couple segments here. We're going to put you to work here at Zeppo's. Importantly, what's going on back behind that wall? There's a bowling situation, I'm told.
Yeah.
Highly competitive. Peak competition occurring.
It started at 6 o'clock. You know, guys got here 15 minutes early, got to get warmed up.
6 p.m., though, not 6 a.m. 6 p.m., not 6 a.m.
My money's on Simon, though. Simon, he's a
really?
dog. He's a dog.
Really?
I don't think he's dressed up today, but usually comes dressed up, got the cross hanging out his chest, got the bowling shoes on.
Does he have his own?
He got his own ball, the towel.
He's got his own bowling ball.
Yeah, Simon the dog.
I did not know this. You don't have your own bowling ball?
Nah, I'm mid.
Okay. All right. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just didn't know if you were a big bowler.
Nah.
Let's talk ball a little bit. How's it felt this year? What have you worked on when it's felt right? What's been the rhythm like for you through the season, getting 3,415 pass yards?
For me, it's more just keeping the whole offensive team as a big confidence. I feel like as we went through kind of a slump mid-season, just our confidence was off, our energy was off, but we picked it up at times, but not where it needs to be the team that we were capable of being. But we have a lot of store left in the future. We control our own destiny. We're one win away from bowl eligibility. So, we'll be playing against a tough opponent this week, but we got to go into their house, try to get a win.
How different does it feel? Like you mentioned, there was a rough spot there in the middle. You were rolling to start the year. You hit a tough patch, a rough patch. You come out last week or Friday, and it's just as good as it's ever been. What's that feel like? Like, how do you know? Can you tell early on when it's popping, when it's going to click through the whole game, or is it about adjustments when you're out there?
It's really about adjustments and playing to our brand of football, especially offensively-wise. I feel like where we struggle the most is when we just don't execute. One man doesn't execute, whether it's myself, the receiver group, the offensive line, just in general. So, as long as we play good 11-man football on our side of the ball, you'll see, the exact stuff you've seen last week and previous weeks.
There was a throw you made to Carlos Hernandez down the right side of the field. I think you know the one I'm talking about.
Yep.
He only caught a couple balls last game for 77 yards. But it was a laser. I mean, did you know you put some extra juice on that one?
Yes, sir. Carlos, I feel like the best thing about his route run is just how he wins off the line. He gives me a little cushion to put the ball where I need to, and he has real good at late hands. I feel like that's one of the best freshman receivers that I've been around since my college journey. But, when he gets his time to start, for sure, he go take over.
I love that you're being humble and bashful, and you're talking about Carlos. I was talking about your arm. So I want to talk more about Cam Ward's bazooka that you unleashed on Carlos, because, I mean, that was there was as much velocity on that ball as you're going to see in the country. Did you? Obviously it was intentional, but did you know you had to do that to get it in between the safety and the corner?
Yeah, for sure. Colorado, they play a lot of cover two.
Yeah.
So the safeties, they're real good at getting over. So we knew that whole game week. As soon as we see that safety flower, you just got to take the whole shot, got to go get it.
Yeah. That's what Brinker always talks about when he talks about cover two. He says he used to love going into cover two because of the whole shot. So once the guy gets behind the corner and there's a safety, you got that little window.
Yes, sir.
Right there.
We haven't had a lot of those this year, but man, when we do get them, they hit big for us.
Underrated element. I know this is a really hard ball game. Again, we're talking about your talent, your arm talent. The 70-yard Hail Mary pass in Berkeley is not a lot of guys who can get the ball to the end zone from where you guys were. We're debating. We're like, well, are they close enough? They might need to do kind of a hook and lateral. Like, no, that ball can get there. I mean, that's some film right there for you. It's big time.
Yeah, we had a decision to make whether we want to do a little throw short, run long situation.
Okay.
But I told Coach Buck, man, I was like, you get me here. I said, you can even scoot it back a couple yards. I'll get it.
Is that right?
Just give me 4 seconds, get the guys to give them time to get down there. We almost made the play.
I know you did.
Almost made the play.
I know it.
Zion out-jumped 8 people to make the play, almost had it.
Yep.
And I'm sure if we get that situation this week, we might come down with it.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. You really almost did. Josh Kelly almost had it too. Yeah, yep. That'd be exciting. You mentioned Coach Buckle, Coach Ben Arbuckle, the offensive coordinator. What's it been like through the year? He's right down there. I can see you guys communicating all the time. He's out there with the black ball cap, and so you can recognize him, I suspect. And so you're out there. What's that communication been like, and how's that chemistry been?
It's been great since he's got here in January. I'll probably say the biggest thing with him, he doesn't overcoach me. He knows what I'm good at. He knew what I need to prove on going into the season, and we've accomplished that. And he puts the ball in my hands. He knows the system goes through me. When I can do my part, just distributing to the playmakers that I have around me and get the run game going when we need to, I feel like that's when he's at his best work calling plays. He schemes up. Him and Coach Kuz schemes up defenses up and down. So they're always going to put the team and myself in the best situation. Having those two guys, they really elevated my game for sure.
How much pressure do you feel being like the quarterback of the program, being the face of the program? Like, does it bother you? Does it faze you?
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, coming from a 0-star recruit all the way to a Power 5, you really never know what to expect as football will take you. But, you just keep your head down. You keep working. I'm a big believer in God. Everything happens for a reason, so I try to stick to that every day.
I love it. We'll talk more about your weapons. We'll talk more about the Huskies. We'll talk more about ball. We're up against a break. We're live here at Zeppo's with the quarterback, with Cameron Ward, as we get set for the Cougs and the Huskies' 115th meeting coming your way.
Saturdays are made for football. And when the game is on, we're finally off. Off duty, offline, out of office. A cracked Coors Light is our do not disturb message to the world. On game day, we don't think about the 9 to 5, but worry about the 4th and 1. So this Saturday, grab a Coors Light, press play on some pigskin, and pause on everything else. Coors Light. Mountain Cold Refreshments, made to chill. Proud partner of Cougar Athletics. 2021 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
SeatGeek's the ticketing app for fans like the sideline shot caller.
Come on, boys, pick up the pace!
SeatGeek got him a great deal on seats right near the action, so when he yells,
"What are you doing? Block him!"
he can be absolutely sure the players heard him. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Whenever I see somebody purchasing something with their WSU card, I always like to give them a go Cougs. It brings me back to when I was in Pullman.
From the rolling hills of the Palouse to keys jingling before every kickoff, there's something special about being a Cougar. That's why BECU created the WSU credit and debit cards. It's just one more way to show pride for a place we all call home. Grab your WSU card today. BECU, power in people. Membership required. Restrictions apply. Call 800-233-2328 for details about credit costs and terms. Federally insured by NCUA. Member compensated for participation.
You're listening to Cougar Football on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield.
Did you know that the Palouse produces some of the best wheat in the world? The secret lies in the region's fertile soils. To maintain its impressive yield, farmers prioritize being good stewards of the land. To protect our land for future generations and produce high-quality crops to feed people around the world, farmers partner with Wilbur Ellis to get expert insights on sustainability and soil health practices, as well as innovative products that keep the soil nutrient-rich. Good things grow when expertise and experience come together. Visit WilburEllisAgribusiness.com today to learn more.
Fubo is the official streaming platform of Washington State Athletics. With Fubo, you can watch every Pac-12 game, plus more college and pro sports, shows, movies, and news on over 350 live TV channels. Stream it live on your TV, phone, and other devices. No cable required. The best part? You can try Fubo free. There's no contract or commitment. To start watching, just go to FuboTV.com. That's FUBOTV.com.
This is the Cougar Football Hour on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield.
Runs into a massive Crimson, does not get the yard. It's a goal line stand.
Here's the voice of the Cougars, Matt Chazanow.
Back here live talking ball. We're at Zeppos. We've got the quarterback, Cameron Ward, as we get set for the Cougs and the Huskies. And we had a chance to, kind of gushed on you there last segment. I was trying to get that humility off you for just a little bit and talking about all that you're able to do. One of those things is escape the pocket. You seem like you're uniquely able to escape the pocket. Does that come from what? Is that feel? Is that practice? Is that just kind of athletic ability, and it is what it is? Because not every guy can do that.
It's really basketball.
Is that right?
Yeah. I was really a big basketball player growing up from 6 years old all the way till I chose to take over football my junior year of high school. So just all the different movement that comes with basketball, then it's all about angles. That's what a lot of people misunderstand about moving in the pocket. It's all about angles, whether the D-line's rushing upfield, whether you got to step up, or they're rushing straight to your face where you got to get out. So it's really angles and, just a little bit God-given athletic ability.
So basketball, I didn't see that answer coming. So who's the best basketball player on the team then?
Me.
There we go.
I say number 2, Sam Lockett.
There we go. Lockett can play.
Sam can
Okay.
hoop. Yeah.
All right. So you and Lockett, you're not leaving the court.
Nah. I'm for sure in the starting 5.
That's great. I love it. You've got some weapons to throw to. Kyle Williams, Josh Kelly, Lincoln Victor, Cooper Mathers, and others. 16 catches in Autzen. I know the game didn't go your way, but Lincoln Victor was incredible, has been consistently incredible, leads the pack in receptions. There's like a telepathy between you guys.
Just the biggest thing with Lincoln is just the work that he's put on this offseason. And losing him, that Oregon State game, it really hurt our offense, especially from the slot room. But I knew that Oregon game he was coming to play. We finally got him back healthy. We just had a lot of game plan stuff versus Link. Their nickel from Oregon, he wasn't a good man type of nickel. He's more of a run fitter, so we knew we can match him up with Link. And Link, he's just always bringing positivity, always bringing life to the football. If you have life, the football is going to find you any type of way. And that's what happened for this game. And, I'm blessed to be a part of him. I was able to hear about his story from Hawaii all the way to here, being a walk-on, had to pay for school. So, he deserves everything that's been given to him, and I couldn't be more happy for him.
He's great. He's everybody loves Lincoln Victor. All right, Huskies, secondary, defense. What do you see? What do they show you?
The front seven is probably the best part of their defense. They have a legit defensive line, linebackers who can really go. But I feel like where we can exploit them is in the secondary and man matchups. I feel like I have one of the best receiving cores. I feel like I have the most underrated receiving core in the country. My guys like Josh and Kels on the outside, they just know how to win off different types of releases versus man. And I feel like they haven't seen that in their secondary, the Huskies. So, it's going to be a physical matchup for sure. But we're just going to have to take shots when they give it to us and just stay on schedule.
Can't wait for it on Saturday. How about it? Cameron Ward, everybody. Thank you very much. Thanks for doing this.
Yes, sir.
Cam Ward, we'll take a break. Come back. We'll get Coach back out here live next.
Now, I like my fantasy league and all, but it won't let me bet the spread on game day. So once my lineup's set, I head straight to Turf Club Sportsbook in Northern Quest for real sports betting and wall-to-wall HD TVs right off the casino floor. Heck, I can even place bets from my phone while I'm there with their new mobile app. Huh, that's another thing my fantasy league can't do. Turf Club Sportsbook, the ultimate game changer, only in Northern Quest.
Hey, Coug fans! Can't decide what to do with your late-night weekends? Why not Cosmic Bowling? Every Friday and Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. is Cosmic Bowling at Zeppo's. At a price designed with everyone in mind, we are your destination for music, disco lights, and of course, bowling. Can't join us on the weekends? Zeppo's is the place to be for all ages every day of the week. With bowling, food, and drink specials, we offer prices that won't break the budget. You can even reserve your lane in advance with online reservations at Zeppos.com. When looking for fun in Pullman, look no further than Zeppo's.
This is Drew Bledsoe, and you're listening to Cougar Football.
Bledsoe calls his play, has the ball, throws a home run ball from the end zone to Bobo! Touchdown! Washington State!
On the Washington State Sports Network.
There is a local ranch just outside of Boise, Idaho, that has masterfully bred Japanese Wagyu cattle with American Angus cattle. Now this American-style Wagyu beef is available to you and your family. Rosars presents Snake River American-style Wagyu beef. Snake River Farms beef is famously found in many exclusive five-star steak restaurants. Snake River Farms, available at your local neighborhood Rosars.
This Cougar football tailgating moment is brought to you by Canoe Ridge Vineyards, proud partner of Washington State University Athletics. For this week's football matchup against Washington, smart Cougar tailgaters know to pair award-winning Canoe Ridge wines with a crowd-pleasing pregame meal. Your mealtime roster will score big points with Canoe Ridge wines backing it up. Canoe Ridge Vineyards, representing the best of award-winning Washington wines with more than 85 critical scores of 90-plus points. Visit them at their Walla Walla tasting room or at canoeridgevineyard.com. Go Cougs!
This is the Cougar Football Hour.
Somersaults in. Football first touchdown.
U.S. Bank. Life keeps moving. We're here for every step. U.S. Bank. Member FDIC. Here's Matt Chazanow.
Back here live at Zeppo's Talking Ball with Coach Dickert as we get set for the Cougs and the Huskies. Cam Ward is a special kid. He's great.
There's no question about it. Like, it's funny. I just you just start reminiscing about kind of even the journey, just talking to Cam all the way through it, right? So there was like a Sun Bowl, and 2 days later he was here on his family, on a recruiting trip, and I'll never forget his mom pinning me down and saying, my boy's coming here. It better be out. It's been such a journey. It's been such a journey, and so proud of him. Every week he goes out there and there's no doubt in my mind, through it all, he's just giving it everything he has. He's ultimate competitor. He's learning every step of the way, and he's growing and getting better. And what else could you ask for him? And I mean, he's been phenomenal this year, and we wouldn't be where we're at without him.
He can sling it.
Yeah.
He can zip it.
And this won't be, I just mean it. Like, he's got a bright future. When you talk about, like, the next level, you got to be able to throw the ball in the tight windows and tight spaces and make plays, and, like, that's what he can do. And just proud of what he's doing off the field to get better.
Go Cougs and Seattle sports. Ben won wants to know, do you only wear the game day hat on game days, and where can we buy that same hat? Is that a game day hat?
It is a game. I did have a game day hat and a practice hat.
Did you?
Somehow I've lost the practice hat.
Oh, okay.
So now we're
just the game.
It's pulling double duty. I think I got it at the Crimson and Gray, but it was just kind of a new thing, and it was just kind of refresh the old W, which I love. You know that.
T-Saw says, asked, have you purged your house of all purple this week? Everything on the burn pile. Not even a pair of kids' purple underwear should remain. Go Cougs.
And I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I think we've done that in the building many of time. Any purple markers that I ever see go straight to the trash.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty.
Yeah, it's out.
It's pretty simple. Yes.
Mark B, hypothetical. The Dickerts are scheduled to play the Brennan Jackson family minus Brennan Jackson.
In what?
In the Pullman Turkey Bowl flag football game.
Wow.
What is the Dickert starting lineup, and who plays what position? What a great question.
That is a great question. Man, I think I'm the biggest, so I think I got to be a old lineman. And I don't know how I'm going to navigate that. Is Brennan playing, you said?
No, he's out.
Oh, okay,
no, there's no Brennan. Yeah.
Thank God. But then his mom's going to rush me. Amy's going to rush me, and I have no idea how I'm going to stop her.
No, there's good luck.
So I'm going to try to get her away.
Luck.
We're going to pitch it. I think Canada's got to be the quarterback. We'll get it to Jet in space. And the youngest one, Jay, said he thinks he's going to be a quarterback, so maybe we'll do some things. And then hopefully Riley scores at the end, and we win at the last second. But it's going to be a struggle. They're not going to let us win. It's going to be competitive, I'll tell you that.
I don't know if the Jackson family agrees with the result that you just predicted.
We're going to go for two at the last second, try to get a win.
Yeah, I'm sensing a Jace Lincoln Victor throw to Cooper Mathers type situation.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. Pac-2 Champs wants to know, which player do you have playing as Penix on the scout team D? If he's is he like him in any capacity? Do you? Yeah.
Like our scout team quarterbacks?
Yeah.
Like Jackson Potter is kind of Penix this week. It's hard because you don't have any lefties, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, can you ever really replicate it? But I know this: our scout teams, those guys don't get a lot of the credit either. You talk about unsung heroes of the team, guys that come in here. Young players, sometimes you got to bury your pride, your ego. You get recruited to come and play, and you got to be on a scout team and do it. And everyone goes through that process. And trust me, to go against RJ and BJ and D. Rich and some of these guys every day, it's not very easy. So those guys do a heck of a job preparing, and just excited about the looks that they're given.
Leech fan 1961 wants to know, how do you manage the emotions of the players, keeping them hyped and physical for a rival game, but still cool and collected to avoid unnecessary penalties?
Yeah, it is a great balance because when you go into rivalry games, I mean, there is no shortage of emotion, right? And obviously going and playing at the opponent's stadium, their senior night, everything that's there, we always talk about that warrior dial and how that energy needs to be, and if it's too high, you're not focused on what you need to do to succeed. So there will be a natural vibrato, or what's the word? I mean, natural aggression that's going to be there kind of throughout the game, and you got to corral that, but you got to also stay in your zone to make sure you're going out there and playing. You're not worried about the extracurricular things.
No one gets you closer to the game than SiriusXM Pac-12 Radio. Tune in for news, talk, and analysis from the offseason through the regular season and into the postseason. We've got your team covered anywhere you go. We'll take a break, come back. Final segment next. Cougs and Huskies coming up from Seattle.
Saturdays are made for football. And when the game is on, we're finally off. Off duty, offline, out of office. A cracked Coors Light is our do not disturb message to the world. On game day, we don't think about the 9 to 5, but worry about the 4th and 1. So this Saturday, grab a Coors Light, press play on some pigskin, and pause on everything else. Coors Light, mountain cold refreshments, made to chill. Proud partner of Cougar Athletics. 2021 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Do you ever pay attention to overhead power lines? If you're like most people, you don't, but you should. Especially when you're working up on a roof or carrying a ladder outdoors. Kids who climb trees and fly kites and adults with drones need to watch out for power lines too. And on the off chance that you find a downed power line, stay at least 10 feet away and quickly call 911 and Avista. Always pay attention to power lines. It's your best line of defense. Avista, we just want you to be safe.
Running a business is a lot of work. Luckily, I've got a great partner.
Oh, I thank you.
I meant U.S. Bank.
I knew that.
U.S. Bank Business Essentials is a huge help to us.
Totally. Their comprehensive point-of-sale system does it all. Tracks inventory, manages schedules, customizes orders.
Plus all the regular banking stuff.
If only it could make coffee.
Nah, that's your job.
From point of sale to quick loans, we have many ways to make your business boom. That's what U.S. Bank is for.
U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
The passion.
He's going to take it to the house. Dinner's cooking. Touchdown.
The fury.
Getting blitz. Down he goes.
The speed.
40, there he goes. Down the sideline.
The best in college football.
For the end zone. Got it for 6 points.
You can unhitch the wagon. Put the ponies in the barn. Back in the end zone. 30, 20.
This is the College Football Blitz. Listen all season long on College Sports Now on the Varsity Network.
This is former Coug Eric Coleman.
Picked off, intercepted. Touchdown coming into the end zone. Eric Coleman.
And you're listening to Cougar Football. Go Cougs.
Hey, Coug fans! Can't decide what to do with your late-night weekends? Why not Cosmic Bowling? Every Friday and Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. is Cosmic Bowling at Zeppo's. At a price designed with everyone in mind, we are your destination for music, disco lights, and of course, bowling. Can't join us on the weekends? Zeppo's is the place to be for all ages every day of the week. With bowling, food, and drink specials, we offer prices that won't break the budget. You can even reserve your lane in advance with online reservations at Zeppos.com. When looking for fun in Pullman, look no further than Zeppo's.
Want to earn some extra money this winter? Spokane International Airport is hiring multiple seasonal snow removal equipment operators. These are on-call positions for the upcoming winter season from November 2023 to March 2024. You can earn up to $36 an hour. Some positions require a CDL, and previous experience in operating snow removal equipment is highly preferred. Join our team today. Learn more and apply by visiting SpokaneSnow.com.
Back here live, we're talking ball here with Coach Dickert as we get set for the Cougs and the Huskies with the Apple Cup. It's been the Apple Cup since 1963. It was the Governor's Cup before 63.
Did some of that research
There you go. Now the governor hands you the Apple Cup after the victory.
I got you.
That's how that goes.
He was wearing the wrong hat last time.
He is. Well, he's a Husky. Yeah. I thought he had a split hat. I thought he had like a politically
split
correct
jersey.
Okay.
And then one hat.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I didn't. Got it.
That's okay.
Got it. Boeing's proud to sponsor the annual Boeing Apple Cup Series, where millions of fans cheer for the many matchups between UW and WSU. We call Washington home, and together we are pursuing the next horizon. What's the where's the countdown clock right now physically in the Cougar football club?
Yeah, there's one in the locker room and there's one right after you get off of the elevator when you come up on the coach's deal. So we're just a couple days away and it's ready. It's time. I mean, I just want to thank you, Chaz. I'm going to be honest with you. Thank you for everything you do for Cougar football. Thank you for this show. He's one of the best. We got one of the best in the business here with Chaz.
That's really
and you make showing up here every week for this radio show easy, natural, and it's fun to be around. And I do want to thank everybody here that showed up because just like last year, I'm very thankful to represent Washington State and what it means to everybody. And Coach took care of everyone's tab tonight. That's always a good one.
Did you really?
We did, absolutely.
That's nice.
Yes,
Coach Dickert taking care of everybody here at Zeppos.
Absolutely. So we got a great tradition. We can't wait to get out there Saturday. And like I said, last time we were out there, it was some special memories, and we just got to recreate those one play at a time. That's for sure.
Coach, it was the biggest win ever. It was the biggest win in the history of the Apple Cup.
It was. I can still see Max Borghi scoring and Justice Rogers getting that interception. And it was just some energy out there. And like I said, the guys, I think, were on the field for like an hour after the game.
I believe it.
We couldn't get them off.
40-13 was the final. Last year was really tough here in Pullman. It was a 2-point game going into the fourth quarter. There
was opportunities in that football game that we had down the stretch to kind of deal. They scored one late off of a zero pressure where we had to stop them. So the score in the game was even closer than what it would be there, but we got to limit the explosive plays. When Cougs win on Saturdays, because we limit the explosive plays and go out there and try to find a way to get some takeaways and have some fun. I know our offense will be ready to roll and got to be able to score with these guys when we want to win.
Yeah, this Husky offense is one of the national leaders in plays of 20-plus, 30-plus pass yards. In chunk plays is what I mean. 20-plus yards per play. They're really good at that.
We can't wait to see this environment. I know there's going to be a lot of crimson and gray in that stadium.
Always.
It's going to be passionate. It's going to be fun, and a lot of people tuning in.
That was one of my first thoughts when the Lumen Field was announced, was that it's going to be bisected by crimson and then purple. There's going to be some great aerial shot.
I've never been there. I heard it's a great, great stadium. And it's just, I'm excited for it. Something a little bit different. And there'll be nothing neutral about it. There's going to be Cougs are going to be flooding that place, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah.
Thank you for all these all year.
Yes.
Sincerely,
Yeah.
you're the best. This is so much fun, and thanks to everybody here who shows up and all the familiar faces. We will be back for basketball once we get after the new year. Once we get to league play, that's a Tuesday deal, just like years past. Jared Prenghuber, our man behind the camera, getting us on the air. Jerry Kylo, as well, has us all wired up. Luke Hallett back in the studios. 1 o'clock kick, 11 o'clock airtime. Derek Dice, Billy Newman will get us started. They'll be in Seattle at the ball game. We can't wait. It's Apple Cup time. Go Cougs.
Enjoy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.
You've been listening to the Cougar Football Hour on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield. Tonight's show has been brought to you by U.S. Bank. Life keeps moving. We're here for every step. U.S. Bank. Member FDIC. Tonight's show is also brought to you by Zeppos, the home for the Cougar Coaches Show, where the Palouse comes to play and eat. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation of the Washington State Sports Network.